Ramadan Kareem. In this dialogue, I will address the escalating crisis in the Sahel. In April, various Tuareg separatist and Islamic militia groups occupied northern Mali. In the aftermath, the democratic government in the south was toppled in a military coup. As a result, the north has become a zone of conflict, crime, and terrorism. The mercenaries returning from Libya that comprise these militias have committed horrific human rights abuses. To escape them, hundreds of thousands of refugees have fled to nearby Mauritania, Algeria, and Niger. Arms, drug, and human traffickers have used the chaos to expand their operations in the area. The vast stretches of desert that make up its borders have become gateways for illicit and destabilizing activities on a growing scale. The fragile calm and stability following the tumultuous Arab Spring in the Maghreb may be shattered. Tuareg and Berber nationalist groups in Morocco, Algeria, and Libya may be energized by the events in Mali and armed by the easy flow of weapons in the region. They may take this opportunity to assert their separatist claims. Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, already active in Mali, is expanding its influence. It uses the Sahel as a base from which to carry out its terror campaigns. Boko Haram in Nigeria is likely to follow suit. We are already facing a crisis in the Sahel. Immediate action by regional leaders is advisable to resolve the situation or face long-term threats to stability and security throughout the region. The problem in the Sahel is growing daily, but steps can be taken to contain the threat it poses. Firstly, it is important for leaders to recognize that the situation in the Sahel is a borderless crisis demanding borderless solutions. To start, Mali and neighboring countries might consider outlining a set of shared objectives. They could partner with regional institutions to help achieve them. The United States, the EU, and GCC should be prepared to support these objectives. One such goal might be ensuring political stability in Mali itself. The crisis in the Sahel was precipitated by weak and ineffective government. Improving transparency and efficiency in government institutions will ensure that Mali remains unified and stable through the conflict and afterwards. Regional leaders might also consider improving border security. Defeating the various militias will require cutting off the flow of arms and drug money into and out of the Sahel. Moreover, controlling the borders will keep the conflict from spreading into neighboring countries. To do this, international peacekeeping forces could be deployed. Countries committed in other places may balk at the prospect of sending troops into yet another theater. And yet, the consequences of allowing these borders to remain open and unsecured are dire. Even when the militias are defeated, terrorist groups may remain in the region. Not only does terrorism spread violence and fear, but it also prevents growth and development. Kidnappings and murders of foreigners have caused the United States Agency for International Development and the Peace Corps to leave places like Mauritania. Moving beyond the crisis will require the defeat of terrorism in this region. A possible strategy for regional members is to establish a cooperative action plan for combating this terrorism. International counterterrorism institutions can assist in formulating and implementing this plan. The conflict has taken a terrible human toll on the region. It is important that the international community help take care of the refugees escaping the chaos. Unless adequately provided for, the addition of large numbers of these traumatized and impoverished individuals into the population of neighboring countries is sure to have a destabilizing effect on those countries. Finally, improving the regional economy is the best way to keep the crisis from spreading. and to maintain stability after it is over. Mali is one of the poorest countries in the world, and it has one of the fastest growing populations. If job opportunities are not available for Malians, then they will likely be pushed to extremism and unrest. One way to promote economic growth and present a unified front to the stabilizing forces in the region would be to activate the Maghreb Union. It would strengthen regional economic ties through liberalized trade, infrastructure development, and foreign investment. This solidarity would send a strong message to those who are trying to tear the region apart. The challenges that this crisis is laying before us are daunting indeed. The damage it has already caused is indeed tragic. Yet the situation can also be viewed as an opportunity for us to put aside political differences and focus on building positive relationships. Overcoming these challenges will be difficult, but I believe that the region, through multilateral action, can overcome them. I have stated before that I believe that the Trans-Sahel crisis is the single most underrated and underappreciated threat to regional and global security. One of the most effective things that we can do right now is to change that. Making leaders throughout the world aware of the gravity of the situation in the Sahel will and can lead to action. It is my sincere belief that together we can find a new way forward in the Sahel. By emphasizing regional ties, regional security cooperation, and regional coordination, we can defeat the threats facing the region. We can provide a secure and stable space for Mali to become a unified and democratic country again. Finally, we can give hundreds of thousands of marginalized people the chance for a better, more prosperous future. Thank you for your time. I hope this installment of the NESA Ramadan Dialogues has been informative and useful. I look forward to your responses.
For further information or to comment or pose a question, please email NESA Communications at ndu.edu. Learn more about NESA on our website at nesacenter.org, on YouTube at the NESA Center channel, on Twitter at the NESA Center, or on Facebook, facebook.com/NESA Center.